Yeah.
No, actually, they don't. They don't all make you sick. Yeah, there are good germs. You actually have germs inside your body that help you. But there are some germs, especially right now, that are out there that it's really important for us to know how to take care of our hands and our faces so that we don't get sick, okay? So I'm gonna go over this after I read, but does anyone know what this is called? It has a funny name, yes?
Ball.
Good guess. It's shaped like a bowl, right? It actually has a funny name, you can repeat after me. It's called a petri dish. Good. And then it has this substance in it that's called agar, and it's like a sugar that the germs like to feast on. And what we're going to do today is, after I get done reading, we're going to look around the room, or maybe at our own hands or our masks. We're going to think of 3 places where we think germs might grow. And then I'm going to have 3 of you help me to do a science experiment. And we're going to grow some germs. And next week when I come in, or every morning when you come in, you can check to see how they're doing. And then we can see different colors and make great observations about what differences we see from different areas. So right now, can you see germs with your eyes? No, you couldn't. Can you raise your hand? Tell me why. Yes.
Because they're super small.
They're super small. Do you think that there are germs right now on the door handle?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think that there are germs on the toilet?
Yeah.
Probably. Do you think there are germs maybe on these materials?
Yeah.
That's why what do we do to try to make sure that we don't get these germs inside our bodies? Somebody new, go ahead.
Wash your hands.
Yes, wash our hands. What happens when we wash our hands?
It cleans all the germs off.
Yeah, it cleans them off and they go down the drain, and then your hands are clean so that you don't touch your eyes or your mouth or your nose, and then they get inside your body, and that's when they start to possibly make you sick, okay? But again, not all germs make you sick, but it's really good that we wash our hands. What if we don't have sink and soap? What else might we do to get the germs off of our hands? Yes?
Go in the bathroom.
Okay, we can go in the bathroom. What if we can't wash our hands in there? What other thing might be in the bathroom that we could use to get all the germs off of our hands? Do you want me to come back? Okay, go ahead.
Hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. Have you used hand sanitizer before? Raise your hand. I have. And that's just another way to make sure that those germs aren't always on your hands. When you wash your hands and use hand sanitizer, are you going to get every germ off of your hands? Probably not. They're 99%, but you're still going to have some, but it's a lot better. And another reason that, or another way that we help to not spread germs is by what? You can just say it. Yeah, by wearing a mask, what we're doing is we're kind of keeping our germs close to us, and if we don't have any bad germs, or if we do have bad germs, at least we're going to keep them to ourselves, okay? So that's why I don't high-five anymore, or shake hands, or when I used to have, when kids would come up, I would give them a fist bump or a high-five, and now I can't do that. Sometimes I'll do an elbow bump instead, because do you think there are less germs like right here on my shirt than there are on my hands? Probably. So we want to make sure that we keep them away from your hands. Okay, so I'm going to read you a story, and then we're going to do a really fun experiment. I cannot wait. And I love science, so raise your hand if you love science. Yes. You know why science is great? Science is just observing the world around you and making predictions. So I could say, I observed this yellow pencil. I wonder what happens when I let go. What do you think will happen when I let go? Yes?
I think it'll fall down really fast.
Oh, you're using an educated guess called a hypothesis. It's a big word. Can you say hypothesis?
Hypothesis.
Based on what you already know about, what is that G word called that pulls things toward the earth? Does anyone know? Yes?
Gravity.
Gravity. So let's try it out. Raise your hand if you think this is going to fall to the earth. Raise your hand if you think it's going to float away into space. That'd be pretty cool. But, all right, let's try it. Oh, you were right. Okay, so we just did a scientific experiment. All right, this book is called Germs Make Me Sick by Melvin Berger. You wake up one morning, but you don't feel like getting out of bed. Your arms and legs ache. Your head hurts. You have a fever and your throat is sore. If you ever make a connection to the things that I read, just put up your finger like that, okay? Because if you've ever had a sore throat, or you have had a fever, or you just didn't feel, you felt yucky, you want to stay in bed. I'm sick, you say. I must have caught a germ. Everyone knows germs can make you sick, but not everyone knows how. Do I learn how? Once I do this. Germs are tiny, tiny little beings. They're far too small to see with your eyes alone. In fact, a line of 1,000 germs could fit across the top of a pencil. That's pretty tiny, right? There are many different kinds of germs, but two that usually make you sick are called bacteria and viruses. Bacteria are very much like small plants, but they don't look like any plants that you know. Under a microscope, some bacteria look like little round balls or are as straight as rods. Still, others look like twisted spiral shapes. Did you know that? Bacteria, they all have different shapes, depending on what they are. Just one second, I'm done. Viruses are even smaller than bacteria. Some look like balls with spikes sticking out on all sides. Others look like loaves of bread, and some look like tadpoles. And there are even some, and this is true, that look like metal screws with spider legs. This is actually called a bacteriophage. These they have. Yeah, they have it. Germs such as bacteria and viruses are found everywhere. They are in the air you breathe, in the food that you eat, and in the water you drink, and everything that you touch. And then this little girl saying, "You should wash your hands before eating that." Do you ever wonder why you have to wash your hands before you eat? It's because everything that's coming on your plate is going into your mouth and you want to get rid of those germs. Although germs are all around, they do not always make you sick. Most germs are not harmful at all. Also, your body keeps germs out most of the time. That's probably why you don't get sick every day, right? Oh, and there's a nice saying. You won't get in. Your skin blocks the germs. As long as there are no cuts or scratches on your skin, germs can't get in. What might you put on a scrape or a cut to make sure that germs don't get in?
Band-Aids.
Very good. I mean, that's why we have Band-Aids, because we want to protect that, because that is where germs can get in. Your nose helps too. It is lined with tiny, tiny little hairs. The hairs catch many of the germs that you breathe in, and they push them back out. It's pretty cool. Inside of your mouth and throat, it's always wet, right? Germs often get stuck there, and they don't go any farther. And this cat's saying, "Be careful." Yet, sometimes germs do slip by once in a while. Your friend has a cold, he sneezes, and germs fly out. You breathe in the air, and some of his germs get into your lungs. But again, that's why this helps, right? Even though I don't like sneezing with a mask on, it helps everyone else stay protected. You take a sip of your cousin's soda. Her germs are on the straw, and a few germs get right into your mouth. And then they go into your stomach. You're riding a bike. You fall and scrape your knee. Germs from the ground get under your skin. But even when harmful bacteria and viruses get into your body, you still don't always get sick. That is because your body has a way to fight germs. This dog is saying, that has to be cleaned thoroughly. The white cells in your blood go after any germ that sneaks in. Did you know your body is equipped to fight germs that aren't supposed to be there? That's pretty cool. Usually these cells kill the germs before they can do any harm. So that's a white blood cell right there. And you have these in your body, and they're good. The white blood cells eat the harmful germs. It's called your immune system. Your blood also has special chemicals that attack the germs. You may have even heard this word. It's called antibodies. Have you heard that? It's when you kind of get sick and then your body has built up some immunity to fight the germ the next time. That's why you get the flu vaccine sometimes. The white blood cells and antibodies don't always get rid of germs though. Some germs stay in the body and make you sick. What if the germs in your body are bacteria? They start to multiply very, very quickly. So they go from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64 to 132 to 256 to 512. That's how quickly they can, even after 5 hours. Each one bacteria becomes 2 and then 4, and in a few hours there might be millions of bacteria in your body. Which is sometimes why you get a runny nose or stuffy nose and a headache. The bacteria gives off waste products. These wastes are poisons. The poisons can damage or kill the cells that make up your body. When enough cells are harmed, that's when you start feeling sick. But this doesn't happen all the time, right? You may have pains and aches or run a fever or break out in a rash. You may cough or sneeze or even throw up. These signs tell you that your cells are being harmed inside your body by the germs. Some bacteria give off poisons that stay close to the bacteria. Bacteria in your mouth are like that. The poisons attack your teeth and they cause cavities, which is why it's always important to brush your teeth. It does not go any other places in your body except for on your teeth. Earaches and boils on your skin are also caused by bacteria where poisons all stay in one place. Still, some bacteria have poisons on their outer coat. When they touch different cells, their poisons hurt or destroy them. As the cells die, that's when you feel sick. What if a virus gets into your body? Viruses are different from bacteria because they don't give off any poisons. The viruses go inside the cell and then disappear. For a while, nothing happens, and then suddenly, the cell lets off all the viruses. The viruses spread out, and as they do, that's what makes you feel worse and worse. At times, though you feel very sick or you stay sick for a long time, you should see the doctor. Doctors try to find out which germs are trying to make you sick. What hurts? Let me take a look. Right? Have you ever been to the doctor? Perhaps they put a cotton swab in your mouth, and then they send the cotton with the germs on it to a lab. And that's actually what we're going to do today. Or they take a few drops of blood from your fingertip, and they get that tested at a lab as well. Your doctor gets the report from the lab and then tells the doctor what germs or viruses you might have. If you do get sick with the virus, the doctor might give you some medicine to help. It won't cure you, but it will help you make you feel better. When germs make you feel sick, the doctor will tell you to stay in bed. And bed rest makes it easier for your body to fight the germs. Once you are well, you want to stay that way. There are a lot of things that can help you stay healthy. Rules for good health. Stay away from anyone who has a cold or the flu. Wash your hands with soap and water to get rid of the germs. Eat food that's healthy for you. Brush your teeth after meals, and especially at morning and night. Get plenty of rest. Do some exercise. Visit the doctor or dentist regularly. And be sure to get the shots that you need. Germs do make you sick sometimes, but you can help yourself be as fit as a fiddle all the rest of the time. So I hope you learned a little bit. This is not a typical picture book where it's, this was more of an informational to tell you a little bit more about what germs and viruses are and what they can do to your body. So what we're gonna do now, and this is really exciting.
What is that?
Okay, remember these are called Petri dishes. And I'm gonna put my gloves on. Do you know why I'm gonna put gloves on? Guru?
So the germs won't get on your hands.
Yeah, I wanna make sure that I don't contaminate this with any germs that I had. I washed my hands before I came in, but this is just a little extra, okay? And then I wanna ask you, looking around the room, or maybe your body, where do you think we might find some germs in the classroom? Yes?
On your mouth.
I love that idea. Would you like to come up and do our first experiment? Okay. So what we're gonna do is, we have our Petri dish here. Okay. And we'll open it up. You see there's some like gel in there? Okay. This is called agar. Okay, it's like food for the bacteria or the virus. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is, it's okay right now because I'm going to distance myself. Just take your mask off, and then I'm going to I'm going to use this and then put some of the germs from your mask right onto you. Okay? Okay. Go ahead and take it off. I'm going to go on the inside. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put this back on. Okay, and then I have to label this. Do you know why? All right, everyone give him a round of applause. That's all we needed here. Okay, so I'm going to label this one. And was it Don?
John.
John. Oh yeah, John. DeRitter. Okay. So I'm going to label this. Actually, I'll put it on the side. John Mask. Okay. We'll put that over there. Now, looking around the room, where else might